savings. I can tell now that you ain't talking about nothing. I'ma need something I can calm down from. I'm gonna pull it with the bar down one. 6 months in, I ain't once. Trying to tell me what you know about me. You don't know nothing, keep it real with me. She said she ain't trying to deal with me. Okay, cool, you can sell that seat.
Today, from Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, Florida, Harrison Butker against Week 14 of the NFL on EA Sports.
3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. Second down. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. And they tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Love the idea, love the concept, but you got to leave a little room on the sideline so he can fade into it when he makes the catch. That was thrown too close to it for the receiver to make a play.
On is the punter Hawk as he gets this one away. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, and they'll be aided by a loss of yardage on the return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Buying time to his... And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Big Shaq Lawson gets the sack there.
Didn't have the greatest field position to start, did they? And now, after this sack, it's way, way worse.
And right off the bat, first play of the game. Huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now a throw for the All-Pro Kelsey is complete. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. So they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And he'll be stopped here well short of the 1st down at the 24-yard line. They'll get 8, but they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive because that's not enough.
4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
So still a scoreless game in the 1st, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And again, it's Mahomes. He'll find his running back, Edwards-Helaire. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace. Okay, I'm not so great at math, but I just looked over at our statistician, Marvin, and he signaled to me 5 for 5 to get things started here on this opening drive. Where I come from, that's pretty good.
That is pretty good. Now, what do you do defensively to adjust?
Well, this is where you got to make a decision as a defensive coordinator.
Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
They go with Howard to begin the drive. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45.
For Jordan Howard.
Chris Jones on the stop.
He was brought down at the 45-yard line. 1 yard gain. Brings up second.
Tua, a give. This is Howard. And he stopped immediately there.
Jordan Howard.
No gain on the doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down and 9.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. And this is going to be incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And the Chiefs are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. So the Chiefs offense heads out. There's a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And for the moment, they're sitting pretty in possession of that number 2 seed. But as we know it often happens, this is all still subject to change.
You're so right about that. But even though the math isn't there yet, I think it's going to take new math for them not to make the playoffs. They're almost certainly going to be in the tournament and certainly going to be a dangerous team if you have to play against them.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Got an open man. It's Washington. No gain there, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Usually the offense has an answer to anything a defense throws at them, including a safety valve, and that's what they did on that play. They went there, but the defense still made an excellent play and held them to no gain.
They'll set up the screen to Edwards-Helaire. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29.
It's a gain of 10.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a 1st down.
Mahomes completes that one to Watkins. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
8 yards.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tougher, guys trying to get to the football.
17 yards.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 45-yard line. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Kelsey, the intended receiver there, and now it's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Mahomes to throw once more. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
Byron Jones on the coverage.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And he's going to be about a yard or 2 short of the 1st here. He needed the 35 but didn't make it. We're scoreless after 1. So the kick from here on a field goal would have been right at 53 yards. But instead, offense out there. They're going for it. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. And it's complete to Kelsey. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it. But in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Brings up 2nd
and 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Mahomes now to throw. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple of weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So 1st and goal now from the 7-yard line. They'll run with Edwards-Helaire. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Clyde Edwards-Helaire. His 19th touchdown now on the season, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Great call to hand that one off, and his running back did the rest.
Someone read their keys correctly, and on the defensive side of the ball, they certainly did not, because they really essentially were just going to swarm the quarterback. They kind of guessed themselves out of the play, and guess who benefited? The guy with the football.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
On the return, the Dolphins take over 1st and 10.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And this is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Tagovailoa to throw on 2nd down here. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Tagovailoa's pass.
And he's missed now in his first 4 passing attempts. The rhythm is just not there to begin this ball game.
Out of the gun on 3rd down, here's Tua. And it's caught by Parker. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. We're up Tua to Parker there for the Miami first.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
On 1st down, Tagovailoa. That one into the hands of Laird. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down. In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. They run with Howard. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. The Dolphins on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And Howard stopped short. He didn't get there. He needed 2. He got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard.
Partner, that's another short run there, and I think the easy thing is to look at him right now and say, let's get away from him entirely. Let's start throwing the football, but I don't think you ever entirely abandon the run. It helps set a tone for the game for you, keeps your offensive linemen feeling good about themselves, and it actually tamps down a defense's pressure, because if you just throw it all the time, it's going to tee off with the pass rush.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at the 20. Out of the gun, he'll throw. Flush to his right. He's going to take off with it. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
They'll run here with Edwards-Helaire. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Flushed out right. That to his running back, Edwards-Helaire. And finally out of bounds, just a few yards short of the goal line at the 3. A big play there for KC. 56 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Dancing to his left. This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown.
Mahomes pass.
Tyreek Hill, his 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the Chiefs add on to their lead.
Good. Makes the score.
CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Jakeem Grant on the return. The Dolphins take over 1st and 10. At their own
1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. The start for them near flawless. Defense gets them a 3 and out. 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
Tua throwing complete there to Howard out of the backfield. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. That's caught by Howard. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
Good.
A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And again, it's Tagovailoa. He finds Howard complete. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the 1st half. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. He'll drop this off to Laird. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 25-yard line. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
10 at the 25-yard line.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this 1st half.
Field goal. A 37-yard attempt.
Sanders' kick is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3.
14.
Well, not the best first half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day. And the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there. They're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the second half.
Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So that PI call will give them one more play.
And it'll be an untimed play as well. Now the half will end after this one, unless there's another defensive penalty.
A 41-yard attempt.
Butker's kick here is good. And that will do it for this first half. Well, who needs a halftime? Am I right? Let's resume play.
Jason Sanders to kick off.
Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spend the entire halftime just working with them on here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Being chased out left. And now he'll let this one go deep, back over the middle. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34.
6 yards.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
First down.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 47. Now it's Mahomes again. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
A gain of
that last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now Edwards-Helaire. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
They're a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves and start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Mahomes' pass caught by Watkins and brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. He'll try and run it, and he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
At the 16-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup Brings up 2nd and 2.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes completes it to Hardman. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down.
Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball,
Get a completion.
you get a catch,
Yeah.
but still,
No yardage.
Okay.
Kelsey imposing as well. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 85 catches for him on the year now, and the result there is a 1st down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Escaping the pressure, and he's got Hardman in the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas City. Mecole Hardman, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. This will be caught at about the 6. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. And that's something you almost never see nowadays. When you fake it, you're at the 15-yard line on a PAT as opposed to just going for it from the 2.
I'm sorry. I know they got it, and congratulations to them, but it's just not a good play. I mean, the risk-reward is really off the charts. Not in your favor. Run your offense out there. Put it on the 2-yard line if you want to go for 2. But I'll be darned. They ended up getting that one, didn't they?
And the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. He'll begin with a handoff to Howard. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line.
Brought down at the 30.
Calling a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
2nd and 6.
On 2nd down, Tua. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now.
Harrison Butker to kick off.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they gave up the pick 6. And now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to pull loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Brings up 3rd down.
Tagovailoa going to try and throw on 3rd down. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They go play fake. Mahomes out to his left. And that's caught. It's Kelsey. Touchdown, Kansas City.
Complete to Travis Kelce.
Travis Kelce, his 11th touchdown of the year. And thanks to the interception, the Chiefs offense cashes in with 6. Andy Reid never one to shy away from taking chances. He'll go for 2. Working from the gun, Mahomes steps away to his left. He'll run it. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there. And sometimes it has a way of catching up with you.
And on the return, the Dolphins take over 1st and 10. At their own
1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Back now in Miami. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Tua looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Watch out for Hill on the return. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different.
Here's Mahomes now on the option right. And he powers his way up past the 30. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaking up on the play. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. Edwards-Helaire, they'll try to run for it. And he's going to have the 1st down, yardage to the 35. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Kyle Van Noy in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Throwing now is Mahomes. Complete, the tight end Kelce. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
Travis Kelce.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
3rd down.
Mahomes looking to throw on 3rd and 2. They'll set up the screen to Edwards-Helaire. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big one there on 3rd down. They hit for 30 yards.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And I actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the 3rd quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the 4th quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. The tight end Kelce was the intended target, and it's 2nd down. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 13-yard line. And now for him on the season, that is his 80th catch, and the result is a 1st down. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown.
Complete to number
Tyreek Hill with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year. And this offense continues to pour it on. So another score there. And often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter.
For 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
So the Dolphins offense heading out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the AFC. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
To Patrick Laird.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 30-yard line.
From the gun, it's Tua. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And oh, he coughed it up. And I think the Chiefs have it. They do.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll get this down close to a 1st down at about the Dolphins' 29.
Tackled at the 29-yard
Brandon,
line.
I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. Forced out to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Shaq Lawson picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. That is caught inside the 5. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a 1st down. They'll try to run with Edwards-Helaire. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. They seemingly just continue to score at will. And as great as it's been for the offense, you got... Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. This will be caught at about the 6. And they are 3 for 3 on 2-point conversions as he is into the end zone for the score.
All right, partner, one more time. Our whole lives, you put the ball on the 3-yard line, kick the extra point. 2015, they put it on the 15 to kick the extra point. 2016, they said, we're leaving it there. So if you want to fake it, that's a long way to go. And they got it done.
I was going to say, they had a 15-yard play in their back pocket.
You don't see that on too many play sheets, do you?
No. Setting to throw on 1st down is Tua. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Grant. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 30-yard line.
Tua wants to throw it on 2nd down. On the right side, open is Gesicki. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
For a Miami Dolphin
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Tua setting up shop to throw again. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. Tua to throw again. Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off near the 44. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line.
Intercepted by the Chiefs.
Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. To throw, it's Mahomes. Steps away. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. 18 yards that time to push him up 1st and goal. And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Now, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill, but remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And would you believe it? This is caught in the end zone. And the fake extra point works to extend their lead by 2. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they?
Yeah, I use a dub, I'ma win, I won't lose with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Turn the knob, camera assist, I'm incredible. Yeah, came for the dollars, call it vegetable. Then I did the dash, can I catch me, bro? Ooh, then I did the dash, can I catch me, whoa? Your whole team is so complicated.